Finally, is Remarkable 2 any good for writers? An honest review of the paper tablet. An honest review by a writer, not a techie. I mean, I've been daydreaming of the shiny little thing for a year or so. It looks so minimalistic in the advertisements, so quiet and zen. You can make it yours on the maker's website, with the occasional bundling options for $700, give or take. The latter includes free shipping, a nice and completely necessary case for carrying, and a mandatory and proprietary pen, without which the tablet is rendered unusable. Notably, checking their website long term, I have yet to find any special discounts or Black Friday style price drops. Used or refurbished options are hard to come by on eBay, Best Buy, and Amazon, and the savings you can make are not as big to justify the purchase of a used over a brand new device. So, as an incurable gadget hunter at heart, I finally pulled the trigger and bought a new one. Seamless delivery inside the EU in approximately 5 working days. The questions. Ahead of receiving my order, and watching reviews on YouTube, I was thinking, will I write more? Will I write better? And more importantly, will it help overcome writer's block? Holding the precious device in my hands. The pros. The build quality is robust, complemented by a sophisticated minimalist aesthetic. The casing is light aluminum, which in the eyes and hands looks and feels a tad more glossy than, say, an iPad or a Samsung tablet, for better or worse. The writing experience, it's as close as it gets to writing on paper on an electronic device. This tactile satisfaction is coupled with a range of themes and organizational tools that make personalization a breeze. Palm rejection is top-notch, allowing your hand to rest freely on any part of the slate without messing up with your writing. In my opinion, it is even better in that specific department than the category leader, the iPad. As a bonus, you get to hear an unreal resemblance to the sound a pencil makes on real paper in a quiet room. There is enough friction, P density, and screen resolution for you to enjoy a strainless eye experience. Those familiar with the e-ink family of screens and technology can breathe in relief, knowing the benefits of this type versus a glass screen. Now for the cons. Performance issues. At times, the whole interface feels laggy, with screen refreshes that are more intrusive than intuitive, disrupting what I expected to be a velvety smooth process. It is not like a huge system flaw to break the deal, but rather a small yet noticeable annoyance you have to get used to as you get to do things with the device. It is like the screen blinks momentarily, and you catch yourself asking, what did I press to trigger this? To make things worse, the makers seem to aim at educating users to go with it and adjust their working style to the software rather than the other way around. Is it an Android OS device or? No, the specs claim it is running on some iteration of Linux, but you wouldn't notice if you tried hard. No special functionalities or gestures exist, nor are there any customization options. Granted, Linux is mighty, but this does not translate to any tangible enhancement in the usability of the Remarkable. Remember, the Remarkable has no notifications, no multitasking, no apps, no email, and no browser, hence no distractions. Even Antarctica must be noisier. So it is a sort of monolithic approach and has a much lesser workload to cope with. Oops. I am no expert, but I was hugely let down to find out that the market-leading paper tablet runs on 1 GB of RAM. Seriously? Wouldn't a little extra memory help massively in improving the user experience, especially the screen refresh thing? Add that to the 8 GB of storage as mentioned before, and you may well feel that your buck did not have the kind of punch that you expected. Pen sensitivity. The pen tips wear down relatively fast. I was warned by friends who own the thing, and replacements are only available online but not so widely, which is an additional hassle and expense. In my own experience, the tip is too thin, and sometimes I had the fear of breaking it if I pushed the pen just a fraction harder on the screen. I wanted to like Remarkable too. I truly did. So I set my expectations at a moderate level, evidence of whether a simple workflow like writing and editing an article or two can be accelerated. Can generic multitasking, related to writing, be more streamlined and broken down into subtasks that I expected the R2 to excel in? From vocabulary and grammar checkers to extensions and plugins for productivity, as most of us are used to, Remarkable 2 did not do the trick for me. Put another way, you have to have your phone within reach and keep close to your computer to develop your ideas. But then what is the point? Now, templates like mind maps, hierarchy charts, and box connectors are easy to find elsewhere and they don't seem to break any ground. Even the extra keyboard the company is offering for an additional $170 sort of defies the purpose. Who wants to typewrite on a device solely made for handwriting? After a week's trial, Despite its promising features, the downsides led me to return the device. It's back to the iPad Pro for me, a decision driven by the blend of functionality and flexibility I need, even if it means a bit more screen I strain. In summary, while the Remarkable 2 excels in many areas, its limitations make it more of a niche product than a mainstream must-have. Perfect for those who can overlook its flaws for its paper-like feel and eye comfort. But for the rest of us, the search for the perfect digital notebook continues.